Hello, travelers, my lovely. I hope everyone is well. If you can hear the sound of my voice and see me, this means that here in America, you survived the first round of holiday treachery. Okay. And if you are living someplace else, then you're still alive and kicking, and that's always good. 3 days left in the month of November. We are rapidly moving into 2022. We have the nodal shift to look forward to. There's also the Jupiter in Pisces thing coming up. By the way, get over to the Meetup app, Tarot and Astrology in America with Jessica Adams. She just posted a new free event about Jupiter in Pisces. I think there's another thing, Jupiter in, I don't know if that was Saturn. Let me take a look. It is in the month of April. Her events fill up very quickly, so I would urge you, if you're interested, to get on over and sign up. Let me see here. She just posted it. I think I saw it last night. Let's see. Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. That's it. Friday, April 8th. I know that's far out, but it's well worth marking that on your calendar. I'm about to do some changes on the website. So website members, if you go log in, you'll see what the new changes are. If you are new as a member, and you have not received your natal charts from me, your astrology, your birth charts, please contact me. You can either do that using the support tab ticket, or you can email me together, which is at hiddenlotustarot@gmail.com, so I can get your charts to you, because at the end of December, I will no longer be offering charts. I will be offering something in its place. And for those of you who already have your charts, it's going to take me a minute to get these, whatever I'm working on, to you, but you will get it, okay? Let's see. That's that. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to send out a newsletter. I've been working on it for the past couple of days, so make sure that you sign up. That's it pretty much for the announcements. What we're going to be doing at the moment is a open reading. We'll do a 9-card spread. I do have with me the Radiant White deck. I have with me the Levita Sibilas, and we will wrap the reading up with an angel answer card and a golden Nostradamus card. Okay. And this reading is general. It is not for any specific sign or anything of that nature, any time frame. If you like to book a reading with me, you can do so by clicking on the little eye that shows up there in the right hand corner. Click on that. That'll take you directly over to the site. And so we'll just see what the messages have to say. So I've already done some meditation and shuffling. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to do another shuffle and rifle, and then we're going to get started with the reading. Okay. I actually recorded this earlier, and then when I went to edit it, it was completely disappeared. My program crashed, and when it crashed, it got rid of my video. So it is what it is. All right. Let me see. For those of you who are new to my channel, I want to thank you and welcome you. For those of you who've been with me for a while, I thank you for sticking with me. If you have not signed up for my newsletter, again, you can go to the art iconography on the right, the little thing that's, I don't know what they call it, where the pictures are on the right-hand side of my channel. Find the little orange one. That is the Substack link. You can click on that and sign up. It is a free newsletter. Okay, here we go. 9 cards down. The Temperance card. The Strength card. Wow. The 9 of Swords. Well, that's contradictory. Okay. The 8 of Swords. So now I have 2 8s. The Knight of Pentacles. The 7 of Cups. The Queen of Wands. Page of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Well, definitely there are more than 3 people involved in this situation, as represented by the people here. But for those of you who've been with me for a long time, you also know that I don't necessarily read these as people, okay? Although this could be a woman and 2 children. Normally the pages represent from ages 0 to 21. The knights from 21 to say 35, okay? But these are always messages for me. That's how they translate. And the knights always represent events. What is underneath the deck? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Past, present, future, interplay of the cards. I only have 2 major arcana cards. I have 2 swords, 2 cups, 2 pentacles, wow, and a wand. So this whole idea of 2s, this is definitely about some type of partnership, okay? And when I say partnership, this could be a romantic partnership, it could be a business partnership, it could be a familial type of partnership. There are different types of partnerships, right? Having the 10 of Pentacles overhanging the entire reading, this is the overall energy. And the 10 is a positive number, but it also means the end of a cycle. And normally the 10 of Pentacles speaks to the idea of generational money, right? Money enough for everybody to last through the generations. It speaks to being with a group of people who, if are not family, are like family. Everybody doing their part, pulling their own weight, and therefore the group collectively prospers. I've seen it speak about an inheritance and or a windfall. I have seen it show up when people have reached the pinnacle of their career and they may be thinking about retiring. Okay, so it can play out in many, many different ways. It is a Pentacles card, so this is not just about finances, but it is also about the third dimensional doing of things. Now, right in the center I have this Knight of Pentacles. He is the slowest knight of all the knights in the tarot, right? Normally when he shows up, he brings good news. So this is typically good news that has taken a long time to get to you or has come from some distance away. But it's been doing it in its own sweet time. It is usually of a financial nature, but if we go back to what I was saying when I said that this is always an event, this is about doing something new that may be slow to get off the ground or has been slow to get off the ground. But nevertheless, when he shows up, it tells you that the circumstances are about to change for you. Now, the Temperance card is that of moderation, right? It is the balance of logic and emotion, all right? Or fire and water. The determination of what you want to do versus how you feel about it, the water. The fire is the, my desire that I want to do this or I need to have this or whatever, versus the emotions of it, how I really feel about the situation. So this is about the balance. I've seen this card show up, Temperance, when people have questions about being on the right path. The answer is yes, you are on the right path. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a smooth path, but you are on the right path. And then comes the Strength card, also a number 8. And it is always important if cards repeat themselves or numbers repeat themselves, okay? The Strength card is really about that. It is about approaching a problem gently, calmly, and dealing with it. Not being afraid, not backing down, having faith, believing in yourself, not listening to naysayers, okay? And then working that problem out. As you can see, she's gently prying open the mouth of that lion. She doesn't have a chair, she doesn't have a gun, she doesn't have a whip, okay? She just approached the problem and she coaxed it into compliance. So for me, the two cards together are speaking to me about some type of cooperation that needs to be done, or that is planned or in the works. Some type of meeting of the minds or meeting of spirits, as you were. But someone's worried here. Oh, this isn't going to go through. I haven't heard from anybody. I don't know what's going on. I can't sleep at night. What if this doesn't work? If it doesn't work, then I'm not going to be able to do all those great things that I've been wanting to do. Okay, so that really is the energy of the Nine of Swords. It is about conscience. It is about insomnia. It is about sleepless nights, bad dreams, anxiety, worry, and fear. And I find it interesting because to me, this looks like a ladder. Figuring out a way how to climb out of that. Okay. And basically, the swords represent thoughts, belief, perceptions, ideas, and communication. So for me, this is a bunch of self-talk, as is this Eight of Swords. And something changes because you go from a 9 to an 8. And the Eight of Swords is one of two of the hoodwinked cards. Okay. And by hoodwinked, I mean, is somebody really pulling the wool over my eyes, or am I misinterpreting what I'm saying, or is my imagination getting away with me? Okay. And so the 8 can speak about this idea of being imprisoned or locked into some type of situation that's complicated and you don't see a way out of it. Right? Now here with this Queen of Wands would normally be a fire sign. So we're looking at an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. But because this is a general reading, this is a businesswoman. The Queen of Wands is always looked at as the entrepreneurial queen. In other words, she may have started her business out the trunk of her car, right? And then she got out there and she's been kicking butt and taking names. Or she could be the Avon lady. Or she could be somebody who has this really great idea. She's usually full of fire and full of passion. She's exciting. People love being around her. She can be brash. She can be bold. She is not above using her sexual charms to get what she wants. Okay. Likes to, in a sense, kind of delegate things to people. But is definitely can be a leader and someone that you follow. And then we have this Page of Cups. Now, what's interesting to me about the Page of Cups is the direction in which he's facing. So directionality in tarot is also something that's very, very important. So this Page of Cups is faced towards the past. And to me, this represents an offer. Okay, not necessarily news, but it's an offer. And I think it's an offer that comes kind of not out of the blue. It's not that. It's a surprise offer. It is one that was, no, let me say, an unexpected offer. Okay. Simply because to me, the fish always popping out of that cup represents like a surprise. Something unexpected happens. Whatever this offer is and the message that is attached with it, it has a lot of emotionality. In other words, you're feeling some way about it. Don't know if you're feeling good. Don't know if you're feeling bad. Don't know if you're feeling indifferent. But it is an offer that and news that references something in the past. So this could be a past offer coming back into the present. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. Interplay of the cards. And then we see the Page of Pentacles. Now, both of these pages are students. This one is about is a student of emotions and learning about emotionality and the emotional quotient. Whereas the Page of Pentacles is somebody who is a student of, he just studies and he does research. He's practical. He's hardworking. This guy, not so much. He's more of a dreamer, right? He's positing. He's putting out ideas, but, you know, he's not really, don't really have no plans. So this is a more, he's more nebulous and he's more solid and grounded. And typically, this page, when he brings news, this news again has to do with something of a financial issue. Or it could be, let's say that you've been going to school and you've taken some exams to pass, I don't know, to get your degree or what have you, or to get your new certification. This page tells you that Yeah, the news is coming, and you did okay with it. You passed it, right? The results are favorable and the outcome is good. What bothers me the most is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is an interesting card because what it represents power, it represents temptation, riches, finances, property, peace, all of these things. We see this figure in relief as if he's shocked by what he's seeing. So sometimes this card can be about fantasies. It can also be about dreams. It could be about building castles in the sky. Okay. On a more practical level, what this card really represents is the idea of having a lot of choices, a lot of options, and not knowing which one to choose from. And this is creating some confusion for you or whomever. All right. But the other good thing about the Seven of Cups is it says that if you can positively, absolutely identify the shrouded thing, the most important thing, the one that is you can't figure out from all the other stuff that's going through your head, if you can identify what that is, the most important thing, you absolutely can have every single thing that you want. Okay? Now, I'm going to take a quick look and tell you the meaning of the 2 8s. 2 pages typically can mean sometimes a small illness, a short-term illness. So this could be something like a cold or a head cold, right? Or you're feeling low and depressed and not well, you lethargic, okay? So those types of things. But it's usually something that's mild and doesn't necessarily affect you in a large way. For me, what I'm getting is that these are 2 different messages. And they represent 2 different things. Again, one has a more emotional quality to it, unexpected emotional quality. And the other one is more of a, you know what, I think I should just go ahead and do that kind of a thing. Or I should accept, or I should move forward. I think what I find to be even more interesting is the fact that these 2 represent the same suit. This is a more fully fleshed out message. In other words, this message sets things in motion, and then it kind of levels off a little bit. Okay, so this is a higher message and a bigger event, and this is something that's a little bit less. So that kind of concerns me as well. What I'm going to do, as I said, is look at the 2 8s and give you the 2 meanings of the 2 8s. This is a very interesting time. They just announced yesterday that there was a new COVID variant, and now it's in 7 African countries, plus Belgium, Hong Kong, London, some other places. And so on August 5th, I did a reading, a Nostradamus reading, while I was saying to you guys that by the wintertime, there was going to be a new strain of COVID that will end up being resistant to vaccines. And that's what it's looking like we're going through now. So this could also have something to do with the new news of the, of the COVID, having some kind of effect on something to do with your finances or your work or whatever your projects and creative endeavors are. Doesn't mean it can't happen, okay? 2 8s. You will receive news that affects a relationship. Well, remember when I told you that the 2 2s told me that this was some type of partnership? So, what we're talking about is some kind of news that's going to affect a relationship. Doesn't tell me if it's good or if it's bad, or if it's kind of, even kind of blasé. Just some, oh, okay, I needed to know. One of those things. So, another meaning of the 2 8s. Let me tell you about the 2 8s. Can imply that there is a slight concern in regards to some type of new partnership, romance, or relationship. Again, it's the same thing. That's what this is. That's what these cards are. All right. Now, I can't look at any of these cards because traditionally they represent people. What does that leave me? It leaves me the 9, the 8, and the 7 of Cups as they relate to these 2 major arcana cards. So let's start first with the suit of swords. thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, communications, ideas. Nothing about the Nine of Swords. But it can indicate a fear of the future and an inability to relax, anxiety, sleeplessness, and depression. A preoccupation with past experiences, particularly something of a painful or hurtful nature. Sometimes it says you may be feeling very low with energy, so the best way to cope is to let fate run its course without fighting it. So if you've been feeling depressed as of late, it will lift. Now, of course, if you are dealing with serious anxiety and depression, do seek help. The Eight of Swords. Trapped in an uncomfortable situation. However, this situation is self-inflicted and or self-imposed and would be easy to be free of if an effort was made. With some clear thought, one is able to see themselves out of the situation. However, if one refuses to think and or see clearly, you will remain in this negative situation. Maybe someone comes in to offer you a financial hand. It indicates that you are not bound in such a way that you can never hope to be free. It tells you to pay attention as some long-awaited news or information is on its way to you. That's exactly what this card said. But it also speaks about the inability to make a firm choice or decision. Okay? And that lots of stress and anxiety and worry can only make you ill, can lower your immune system. Now, Seven of Cups. And I think if I had to pick one card, and I will be picking a card to look at with this, it is going to be this card. It indicates a time of illusions and difficulties in decision making. It asks that you wake up to yourself and know that all things are possible. But it also asks that you not be fooled by illusion and fantasy. Positive thinking and an optimistic outlook on life lightens daily life, but it don't mean squat if you're not absolutely getting out there to do something about it. Okay? With this cup, it can feel as though life is at a standstill or a crossroads. That's what all the twos mean. Choosing the right path seems challenging and daunting, but you are encouraged to follow your intuition and instincts and try new avenues and new courses of action. It tells of an important decision to make, one that will see you on the brink of a new life cycle. Consider all options carefully. Use common sense, logic, and a dash of intuition when deciding. The message is that once a true commitment to a goal, dream, or aspiration is made, this makes it more achievable. Therefore, remain focused in order to reap the rewards. It can also tell of an unexpected message. That's that. Let's see if this Ten of Pentacles has any, because it's hanging over the whole thing. Let's see here. Nothing about the Ten of Pentacles as it relates to these two cards. Okay, so what I'm going to do, to me, it just simply appears that this is a hiccup, right? And this can't be true for everybody. Right? This is a general reading, no specific sign, and everybody has their own situation. And that's why personal readings are better, because I take your name and your birth date and your questions and I pinpoint you in the collective to pull down those messages. We're going to take a look at this 7. This is the one that kind of stands out to me the most. What is this all about? I do feel that you will recover from whatever this confusion is or this inability to make a decision. The desperate jealousy. Now I'll explain what that means in a moment. The Giovani Fanciulla, which really is another queen of clubs. So just like the Queen of Swords. And then the Donna Maritata, the Queen of Coins. Quite interesting. Now, remember at the beginning I said that there are more than one person involved. So this could be going into partnership with another female friend, or going into partnership with another businesswoman, or, you know, I don't think necessarily that this could be about a sister or a colleague or even a friend. I don't necessarily feel that this is a romantic situation. Let me tell you about the desperate jealousy. It's an interesting card. It's called Consumed with Jealousy. It indicates not seeing beyond the present moment or even being stuck in the past. And that someone is unable to resolve a problem without finding the necessary inner resources to pull through. It can indicate all forms of self-harm, feelings of guilt, shame, and deep regret. It heralds tears and deep worry and many hours spent crying. It can even indicate substance abuse. It can sometimes symbolize the advanced stage. And it can also warn of a toxic environment and of toxic people around you. You may not even feel that the people you are surrounded by are toxic. You may think that they are nice and that there's nothing toxic in the environment. Remember, I'm talking about a work environment here? That's what that is. But invariably, this turns out to be false. And you find out that those nice people have been deeply envious and have been scheming behind your back to cause you ruin. It indicates treachery, slander, gossip, and envy. And it warns of danger coming from your circle of friends or acquaintances. Now, in love, it can indicate extreme jealousy, envy, and possessiveness, social climbing. In finances, it indicates heavy losses that may very well lead some people to suicide, debt, insolvency, overspending, as well as trouble with the law and a cutthroat work environment. And this is what it's telling me. It warns also that you may be about to trust someone who will ultimately lead you to your ruin. Now, the two cards, the Giovani Fanciulla, we can look at her and she's not negative or positive. It simply represents someone typically under the age of 30. Okay. And that's pretty much it. If this card shows up, and this is how it's showing up to me, it represents the idea, it functions to point to a problem. Here we see her pointing to this card, the card of slander, gossip, treachery, and even substance abuse, on a card that also can sometimes represent substance abuse. Okay? This is how she is showing up. This is where the problem or the danger is coming from. Okay? In financial matters, this card points to inexperience and rash mistakes. There are 3 attributes to be associated with this card. They are fragile, vulnerable, and impressionable. Because of this confusion, whatever that confusion is. Then we have the Donna Maritata, the married woman. But she doesn't always have to be married, even though that's a traditional name of the card. She's not always married, okay? Basically, she represents, hold on. She can be of any age group, okay? The inner nature of the person, someone who's kind, highly practical, with specific skills and abilities. Financially, it indicates prosperity, stability, and how trustworthy is an offer or a business partnership. When this card represents a situation, it can describe a nurturing, harmonious environment that enables you to grow and to flourish, or that you have protection and support and stability based upon either family values or close family. That is really all the card says. And what I think that there is some confusion either happening, if this is a familial situation, there's some kind of confusion going on here, right? That's kind of thrown everything in a loop. It could literally be that there's someone who has a substance abuse problem. It's kind of throwing everything out of whack, and we got to deal with that, right? But there's a decision and there's a fear here of being trapped in a situation that you cannot get out of. That is really the windmills of your mind. And to me, more so, this card is representative of saying, it's been a long time. You need to go ahead and make your move. And you need to tell somebody about it. It's time now to speak out. Put the message out there. Okay? Now, if you're on the receiving end of this, this could be someone coming to you and say, you know what? I can't deal with you no more. Your drinking's getting on my nerves. Your drugs is doing. You're spending water like money. I can't do business with you anymore. I can't be a partner with you anymore. Or you can't be in on this venture. Weigh it up. Now, I want you to go ahead. It's nothing bad. But I do think there's a lot of people involved. Again, this idea of children. See that? The two kids. The woman, the old man, the kid with the dogs. Even the two kids here. Okay? So whatever this decision is, it's a monumental decision, I think, which will affect many people on many different levels. All right. Let me go ahead and take out these cards. Go ahead and formulate your question for the angel answer cards. You know, and sometimes no matter what type of partnership you're in, the partnership just run out of road. You know? Sometimes we grow and those people we're with don't grow with us. Right? But we cling on to them in the situations because we do it out of loyalty. Or we don't want to hurt people's feelings. And every time, and the longer you stick around, the more you die a little bit inside. So, you know, you have to determine what's the most important thing for yourself. All right. One card. Angel answers. I hope you have your question formulated. The card says peaceful resolution. And one card from the Golden Nostradamus. The Jester. Well, that's quite interesting. I'm going to start with that one. Number 29. When on his face he wears a frown, he cannot pretend to be a clown. An event is coming that you have been dreading for some time, but do not worry, as this occurrence will bring you good luck, good news, and renewed energies. That's what I see here. The Peaceful Resolution card. The challenges you are inquiring about are going to come to an end. Conflict will cease and soon be replaced with harmony. There will be a sense of peace shared by all, even if some only agree to disagree. Disagreements will be resolved in your favor. This includes struggles with employers, legal battles, arbitration, and even strife among family or friends. Be forgiving and understanding with those who may have been in error. And before you forgive them, forgive yourself too. That's always the hardest one. Allow peace to come with grace and dignity for everyone. That's not a bad message to round out the month of November. So we can kick it up in high gear for December and move into 2020. So until next time, I hope this message helped. Again, if you're interested in a reading, because I've had a lot of readings of people asking me about their career and their finances, there's a major shift underway for people coming. And I think 2020 is going to really decide which direction this is going to go in. Okay? So, click on the little eye up there. Until next time, be good to yourselves. Be safe. Be well. Namaste.